All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and who also rule well. Peace and salutations to those of the hopeful elect. Just want to do a lesson entitled The End of the TV and Entertainment Era. All right. The end of the TV and entertainment era, and you can add on the internet as well. All right. Because the times that we're approaching and the time of Jacob's trouble, we're not going to have access or the luxury to sit down, watch TV, watch some entertainment. OK, we're going to be in the midst of total chaos. We're going to be in the midst of destruction, man. All right. And that's why the closer and closer we get to this place collapsing, and I'm just saying this for myself first and foremost, we got to hone in on Yahweh Shema Shai. And the scriptures say, blessed is he that readeth. All right. And, I'm just saying this because I know I got to read more. All right. Because these different mediums of entertainment is not going to be here. And really, it's going to be done away with forever. Because once this place collapses, you ain't finna be watching TV. You ain't going to be on the computer. All right. The famine of the word is going to be a full effect. Martial law. All right. And, it's going to be a cutoff point because, video games, computer, things of that nature is going to be done away with. And then the kingdom is going to be established. All right. So this is the end of the TV, video game, entertainment era. All right. Let me get a quick precept real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter Jeremiah chapter 30 and 7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time. Well, let me actually read up for context. All right, because we understand it's a time like no other. All right, but there's a little bit of context here. Jeremiah 30 and 5. For thus saith Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Okay. And when you're, at home and, you could turn on the TV, you could put a movie on, essentially, all right, you're at peace. Okay. You're able to play the video games. You can even turn the news on, sit back, chill. All right. That time is going to be over. Okay. Verse 6, it says, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Whether do I see every man, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins? All right, now the question be asked. It says, ask ye now and see whether a man does travail with child. And the answer to that is no, because men do not give birth. Okay, they don't experience birth pains like women do. It says, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. All right. And that's the vision of what's finna take place. All right. Men finna be, in agony and sorrow, because that's all that's coming to this place. All right. People are going to witness their families being killed, their families being stripped from them. People are going to be witnessing, their loved ones. All right. Dropping dead of hunger, their children. All right. So it's going to be a brutal time that we're approaching. All right. It says, verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay. And that's the reason why, every now and then, the apostles, They don't really push it, but it's more like a spiritual suggestion, how brothers, should know how to do certain things like, you know, uh, start a fire, okay? Or maybe, you can get into camping a little bit more, get used to being outside, get into the herbs, get into the, understanding, these different wild edibles, okay? These different, plants that people overlook that they would call weeds, but, a lot of them are actually edible, all right? One that come to mind is the pine tree, all right? And there's the majority of pine trees, all right, you can actually take the needles off of them and you can steep them in water, and then you can make tea out of it. And the tea is packed with vitamin C, okay? And there's certain trees, I think you can do it with the pine tree. I'm not sure. That's why, we got to do our own research. But you can eat the bark of certain trees, not saying that you should, or it may not come down to that. The Lord could do miracles. All right, but it's good to know certain things, like even going back to the pine tree, you can get the pine cone, and then you can extract the pine seeds out of them, and they're edible. All right. So it's just certain things, that you can gear your mind towards, because, we're not going to be, in a state of comfort for too much longer. Okay. And we are in a state of comfort, so to speak, because we have a place to lay our head through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Brothers have their jobs and, vehicles. All right. But pretty soon, it's going to come to extreme conditions, man. And that's why the Lord gave us the heads up. Let me get, you read in Second Esdras, it tell you they shall cast them out of their homes. All right. Esau's going to come down like madmen. And it said, then shall it be known who are my chosen. Okay. And they shall be tried like the gold in the fire, roughly paraphrasing. All right. So, that time is approaching. Let me get first. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. All right. Because those of us that are in the know, we understand the prophecies. We're reading them. All right. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So these people are not being prepared. And first and foremost, before you're prepared, physically or anything, you got to be prepared spiritually. All right. You got to have the spiritual foundation of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right. And that's the only way that you're going to be stable. Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay. So wisdom and knowledge is what's going to keep the elect stable. All right. And a part of that is coming back to our culture. Okay. I know the elder brother from Mississippi, his page is Zahab Spirit Wind Judah. Okay. And he goes into, getting into nature and things like that, because it's a part of our culture. Okay. And when you go back into, the history, hey, there was a lot of times where, we would pitch tent. All right. We would know how to, start a fire, things like that, So going back to 1 Thessalonians 5:2, it says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So these people, there's certain doomsday preppers, all right, but they're going to be utterly consumed because, they got all this surplus of carnal things, but spiritually, all right, they don't know Yahweh Shema Shai. They don't know how the Lord get down, nor are they opened up, to the mysteries of prophecy. So they don't know what's going to happen. They just know all hell's going to break loose, but they don't have a guideline. Okay, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Then the Lord gonna show up. They don't know none of that. So their hope, they have none. All right, and ultimately, the Lord is gonna destroy them, and then the Lord could have the elect stumble upon, all right, these people's stashes, where they got food, all kind of things. Okay, so it's not about, storing carnal things up, even though there's nothing wrong with it. Like, if you can, when things get bad, if you could store up some food, some dry goods, some canned goods, like the Apostle Gabar, he goes into the sardines, which is high level. All right, and they're very good and nutritious for you, and they could be stored. So it's not a bad thing to store certain things or learn certain manly traits, but we understand that overall we're not going to be delivered by these things. We're going to be delivered first and foremost, Lord's will, if we are the elect, and then by our faith and our works whereby we believe, calling upon Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, but it's best to gear our minds towards being in those unpredictable or uncomfortable scenarios. All right, because it's going to go, everything is going to turn into the Book of Eli type scenario, like the road. All right, so this is the end of the TV entertainment, video game era, because after this is the kingdom. So once America collapse, that's gonna be the last time we really gonna be sitting down watching TV, playing video games, occupying our minds with other things that Esau provides. All right, that's why we gotta fully delve into the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, because during that time we're gonna have to fully lock in. All right, really, we gotta fully lock in now. All right, but how much more in that time? All right, when all comforts are going to be taken away, the bread and circus. Okay, and you can see the music industry is completely done. All right, the music industry is so through that these artists, in order for them to stay relevant, they have to team up with the streamers. Okay, so now the artists, they're teaming up with streamers just because the music industry is completely done. All right, and not only just the music industry, the movie industry, all these different, the DCU, all right, the MCU, all right, these different corporations, they're done for. Okay, and really the Lord is doing that because the Lord is causing America to come to a cease. All right, let me get another precept, Ecclesiastes. And Lord's will, this lesson is edifying unto the hopeful elect. This is Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. So, we have all this time, in the form of luxury time. Okay, you can go to the grocery store. When you go to the grocery store, it's going to be full of vegetables and fruits. All right. You can even go to the store and get herbs, tinctures and stuff from certain grocery stores. All right. You can go to the library. You can go online and you can listen to the words of the prophets. All right. You can get edified. You can get built up. All right. But there's going to come a point where this grace period is going to come to an end. All right. And then the prophecy which states that the famine of the word is going to take place, that's going to happen. It's going to come into fruition. And when we're in the famine of the word, all right, we're not going to have access to all these things except for if you have Esau's C-hip, all right, the CHIP, which is the subdermal device, all right, and also the mark of the beast that goes in the forehead is the Neuralink. All right, and we're seeing that these things is being pushed. All right, pretty soon you ain't gonna have access to the internet unless you scan your hand. You ain't gonna have access, all right, to going to the grocery store. You're not even gonna be able to open up the refrigerator door. Is gonna have a lock on it, when you go in a grocery store, you try to get, a kombucha or some shit, it's gonna have a lock on the door, and then if you don't have the chip, the door won't unlock for you to open up and grab the thing out the freezer, the drink out the freezer. All right. So everything is going to be centered around this man's technology, man. All right. You want to watch TV? You got to connect your C-hip, because the TV, they connect to your phone and you're going to have to connect it to your C-hip, or else the TV is going to become inactive. And then let's say, all right, the TV, you can watch TV. All right. What's going to be on there is straight New World Order propaganda. Is going to be straight left, the alphabet with the P on the end as well. All right. And it's going to be nothing of substance, nothing of truth. All right. The news is going to be even more censored. All right. And they're even going to be demonizing the men of the Lord in this time. Okay. Those that believe in Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. So this is the end of the internet, the end of entertainment, the end of, luxury. All these things is going to come to an end. It's coming to a cutoff point. All right. We're going to have to lock into the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai in order to keep us sane. All right. So that's the reason why we have to do these things now. All right. So it says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Because when all hell break loose, it's not going to be a studious environment to where you're going to be able to learn, get into the scriptures, and then get built up, and go through the trials and tribulations. That's happening now. And what we're preparing for, the trials and tribulation now, is going to help us in the real trials and tribulations when the Lord take the training wheels off. All right. Verse 2, it says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. And that's symbolic. The moon, the stars, all these things is symbolic for the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shai. Eventually, the Lord is going to take this truth from being readily accessible. All right. Because that's what this world wants. The world wants to quell this word. All right. And the Lord is going to allow that to happen. But first, the elect got to get the word first, because when the famine of the word hit, it's going to be blocked out to everybody else. But the elect is going to be found with the word in their spirit, in their mind. All right. In their life, in their heart. All right. It says, verse 3, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. And that's what's happening right now. That's why these other nations are opting for, the CBDCs. All right. And these other nations, the BRIC nations, they're getting ready to launch it, which is going to be huge. It's going to, like Trump, it's going to be big. It's going to be huge, man, because this is going to affect America. All right. We're already trillions of dollars in debt. We're already in hyperinflation. Now the BRICS, they're going to launch their thing. What's that's going to do to the dollar? It's going to put the dollar completely out of commission, man. And that's why another thing, Biden just announced that America is going to transfer their money over to CBDCs. Okay. The Federal Reserve note. So and it's all going into the elite's plan. All right. For them to have everybody C-hipped in the whole entire world so they can be under perpetual control by the elites. All right. And we're seeing it take place in real time. I'm going to continue to read. It says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. All right. And there's going to come a time where all these jobs is just going to stop. And that's when the chaos is going to ensue. All right. Because the jobs in these corporations are going to stop, but the rent and mortgages are going to be due. All right. Because by default, nobody owns these different buildings that they're dwelling in. And even if it's not going to be, quote unquote, these people's fault that they can't pay it, it don't matter. All right. That's when, the scriptures tell you they shall cast them out of their homes. That you're going to have the military all right, intervene, because that's how catastrophic it's going to be when in Jacob's trouble. The military is going to show up, boots on the ground, and they're going to be extracting people out of their homes. And then they're going to say, well, if you want to keep your job, you want to keep your home, you're going to have to sign up with the new digital ID, and you're going to have to get the C-HIP. All right. And then if you get the C-HIP, then you can get credits until they build America jobs back again. All right. So a lot of people, they're going to believe in that hope. They're going to believe that false sense of hope, I should say. A lot of people is going to end up, taking the C-HIP and then being destroyed. All right. Because they want to keep their job. And in order for them to keep their job, they want to keep their homes as well. I'm going to continue to read. It says, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And the doors shall be shut in the streets. Yeah, everything is going to become boarded up because they're going to be vacant. Well, in San Francisco, there's over hundreds and hundreds of vacant buildings because, those businesses are fucking bankrupt or they just left. All right. And then if they're vacant, people could break into them. All right. So to prevent people breaking into these vacant buildings, all right, they're going to have to board them up. So that's what we've seen with the collapse. I mean, that's what we've seen with the pandemic. All right. But it's going to happen with this collapse, too, on a grander scale. All right. It says, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right. So all the daughters of music, the entertainment world, music videos, these different artists, because every day it seems like there's a brand new fucking artist popping up, doing the same shit over and over again, rapping and singing about the same shit. All right. But that's going to come to an end. It's already come to an end now. Like, you can't even call this music. All right. This shit is just completely it's just like, at this point, it's insane. Yeah, some shit is cool, but really it ain't. All right. Some music be sounding cool, but then it had no replay value. All right. You get tired of listening to modern music. And the Lord put a stop to it because, the Lord wants to end this place. All right. There's no progression. Music really stopped being original once they started sampling. They started sampling music. The niggas, they ran out of ideas. So that's the Lord, slowly taking that spirit of forwardness in America. The movies used to be good movies. Now all the movies, even though they got graphics and all that, the movies still suck, man. The movies are still horrible. All right. Everything is coming to an end, and the Lord wants us to focus on him, focus on, this word. All right, verse 5, it says, also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, because judgment is coming. All right, World War III is getting ready to skyrocket to the point where, all right, they're going to be having drills in school, which is going to be of none avail. But Esau, they're going to dramatize it. They're going to have drills where, all right, nuclear bomb drills, they're going to have you get under your desk type shit. All right, they're going to have at your job in case of a nuclear attack. All right. And there's going to be a lot more nuclear war talk on the news. OK, so there's going to be a great scare. All right. And the Lord is going to have pestilence go out. All right. That's why we got to be firm in the faith, man. All right. Because the Lord is the one bringing it. All right. And we serve the one that's bringing the destruction of this world. So I'm going to continue to read. It says, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish. Yeah, because nobody's gonna be here to upkeep, because Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, Issachar and the Latin tribes, Esau, they love hiring Issachar to do landscaping. All right. And landscaping, you gotta do that damn near every other day, or else, the weeds and all that stuff, they will grow over the bushes. All right. So within a matter of months, America could look post-apocalyptic. All right. When this place shut down. All right. And all the jobs cease, and everybody is looking for food and how they going to have shelter, and, nobody's working. The food trucks is going to stop coming in. All right. Everything's going to start looking wild. Buildings is going to get windows broken into. Bug outs is going to be lighting shit on fire. It's going to look post-apocalyptic real fast. That's the cold thing. So we got to prepare our minds. It's going to be a whole different reality that we're coming into, man. All right, where we're going to have to lean on Yahweh Shema Shai, heavily. So I'm going to continue to read. It says, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and mourners go about the streets. All right, so you ain't finna have the luxury of going, to a concert, just hopping on the couch, cracking open a tall can of beer, putting on a movie, cuddling up with the blankets, the fireplace going, that's coming to an end, man. Or hopping on the internet, surfing the web, or even hopping on your phone. Shoot, hey, Esau, in the time of Jacob's trouble, Esau might track you down if you have a cell phone on you. So, hey, man, we're coming into really, the scriptures speak about it, perilous times, man. Okay? Let me see. Lord's will get another precept, and I'll begin to close it out. Isaiah 24:9. It says, well, I'm going to start up real quick. Isaiah 24:5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. All right. And America's going to be burned in World War III with those missiles, man. All right. 200 million nuclear warheads is going to touch down on America, man. All right. But leading up to that, America is going to be utterly broken down, man. All right. The Lord going to stretch the judgment all the way out until that final judgment, which is the missiles. Verse 7, new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. All right. And these people, they're living it up right now. They're not concerned with the state that America's in, because really they could still do whatever they want to do, so to speak. So they hitting the clubs, they turning up. All right. 2/3 of Israel is doing the same thing. Verse 8, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. So all the instruments and all that singing and dancing and gigging and turning up, all right, hey, that's gonna come to an end real soon. When the Lord, shut the lights off on America, man. All right, shit's finna get real fast. All right, and the ones that's been out there bullshitting is gonna get caught out there. All right, a lot of Jake, they know that they're Israelites, but they don't really regard it at all. It's just a lot of Israelites, they just listen to the videos every now and then just to get quick information grabs. All right, but they ain't really trying to seek Yahweh Shema Shai or serve the Lord, man. All right, or help the ministry. All right, they rather just, continue living a life before they heard the truth, man. All right. So they're going to be caught in the midst of their rejoicing and their turning up and enjoying this world. Because a lot of Israelites are in the house of feasting, but the scriptures say it's better to go into the house of mourning, man. All right, because the men of the Lord is in the house of mourning. So when this place collapses, that's when joy is going to spring forth, because the Lord is going to have mercy on those, that serve the Lord and turned away from the ways of this wicked lifestyle. All right. Here it is. Brothers could be doing anything on the weekend, but we're serving Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right. The Lord is going to reward that when he destroys this place, man. So I'm going to continue to read verse 9. It says, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. So no matter how much you try to drink away your sorrow, your pain, okay, it's not going to work. That hell is still going to be there, man. All right. How's it going? Beautiful dog. It's going to be like Bushwick. That movie Bushwick, when all hell just broke loose. All right. People was bugging out. All right. It's coming, man. All right. And no matter how much you drink, it's not going to quell the hell that you catching. All right. A lot of people's going to try to drink themselves to death. But like Kanye West said, that bug out Kanye West, he said, he said something along the lines where he said, drinking till the pain's over. But what's worse, the pain or the hangover, because you wake up, you still got to catch that same hell. Now you just got the hangover with it. All right. So I'm going to continue to read verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. In America, also known in the Bible as Babylon the Great, Babylon means Babal, and Babal means confusion. So the city of confusion is broken down. So this place is getting ready to be broken down, man. All right. And the only ones that are going to know what's going on and have a stable mindset are those that have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shai, the 100% truth. All right. You even have Israelites that know the truth, but they're still going to be caught out there and confused because a lot of Israelites, are not prepared. All right. You got Israelite leaders that are saying Jacob's trouble is gay, or they're telling you that Jacob's trouble, is not going to take place. All right. You have Israelite leaders that are not warning their congregation about the sea hip. All right. Which is the mark of the beast. All right. So a lot of Israelites, even though they know that they're Israelites, a lot of them are still going to get caught out there and confused and caught up into judgment. OK. And I'm going to continue to read. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. So all mirth is going to be taken away from this place. And that goes into the comforts of TV, entertainment, video games. All right. Concerts. All right. And then it's going to even go deeper. Is the food is going to be taken away. The dainties of Babylon. All right. Shelter. Okay. But we look towards Yahweh Shema Shai that's going to preserve us in that day, man. While you got, Esau, this nigga, he wants to go all the way into the metaverse. So you're going to have a lot of people that take the C-Hip or the Neuralink. They going to be plugged in. They going to be in playing Call of Duty. All right. But really out there in there, in the metaverse, they going to be cleaving into these video games and stuff in virtual reality. And not saying if you play video games, you wicked, but there's a cutoff point because all hell's getting ready to break loose. All right. And if you want to be integrated with the society, all right, you're going to have to, comply. All right. Just like that movie Demolition Day with those that didn't want to comply. They was underground. They would, that's why it's good for us, to get towards nature. That's going to heal our minds and stuff. That's what's going to keep us entertained, is learning about Yahweh Shema Shai, getting into the Lord's creation. Let me get one last precept and I'll close it out. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 65 and 13. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. All right, and this is going to take place when all hell break loose, man. The service of the Lord is going to be good, man. All right, because the men of the Lord, the 1/3, the men, women, and children that are allotted to be delivered, they're getting right with the Lord now, while everything is all good, so to speak. So when shit goes south and the Lord brings the end, all right, the elect is already going to be tempered to weather the storm, so to speak. All right, to refuse this man's beast system, okay, and everything that come with it. So I'm gonna continue to read. It says, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart. All right, and the word heart goes into the Hebrew word lab, meaning your mind. All right, so the men of the Lord, the elect, the 1/3, the children, men, women, and children are going to be singing because they're going to be joyous in their heart, because Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be showing himself friendly unto the elect. It says, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And that's going for these people, man. All right, these people are going to be through. All right, especially 2/3 of Israel that want to cling on to Esau, Edom, and his society. All right, you're going to be done out there, man. All right, niggas is going to want to, be integrated with the metaverse. Niggas is still going to want to perform and try to hold on to their rap career. They're going to be rapping on stage, and they C-hip is going to connect to the microphone, man. They're going to be through. Then they're going to eat a missile. All right, but Lord's will, Yahweh Shema Shai has mercy on us. All right, those are the hopeful elect and their households. All right, I want to say, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai by Shema Kakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and citation to those of the hopeful elect. Oh yeah, another thing too is birch trees. If you're familiar with birch trees, you can actually tap a birch tree and you can drink the water that comes out of the tree trunk, because that's how they make syrup. They tap the tree, and then it's like a clear, it looks like water, and they take it, they put it in a container, and then they turn that water, which is the sap from the tree, and they turn it into a syrup, and that's where you get maple syrup from. But you can drink the water directly from the tree, though, if you know what a birch tree is. All right, but yeah, just another tip. I want to say, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai by Shema Kakodash. Double honors to our apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Peace and citation to those of the hopeful elect. Shalom and the Barber Bar.